Hi there, my name is Richard McMunn from the interview training company passmyinterview.com, and in this tutorial I'm going to teach you how to answer the tough behavioural interview question, tell me a time you worked under pressure. Now this interview question gets asked at the vast majority of job interviews, so it does not matter which role you are being interviewed for. Please make sure you watch this presentation fully from start to finish, because I'm going to cover the following things. I'm going to give you 3 crucial tips on how to answer this common behavioural interview question. I will also explain the easiest way to structure your answer to gain the highest scores possible. I will then give you a sample brilliant answer to the tough interview question, tell me a time you worked under pressure, and I will also then tell you about further resources you can get access to help you pass all of your interview. So there's 4 reasons why you should stay tuned. So the interview question, tell me a time you worked under pressure, is called a behavioural interview question. Now, behavioural interview questions require you to give a specific situation you have previously been in where you had to work under pressure. Let's take a look at 3 important tips before I give you that all-important brilliant answer. Tip number 1. Here are some good examples of what to give whilst working under pressure. Number 1. Explain where you stayed behind late after work to complete a time-sensitive priority task. Another good example is where you lost a member of your team due to sickness or illness, but you still managed to complete a project or task on time despite being short of people. And number 3, a good example is where your manager gave you an additional time-sensitive task to complete on top of your normal workload. So there's 3 good examples of situations to give where you had to work under pressure. Tip number 2, this is very important. Make sure you use the STAR technique when you structure your answer to the interview question, tell me a time you had to work under pressure. Now the STAR technique includes where you briefly describe the situation you were in. You then move on and tell the interviewer the task that needed to be done. You then go into detail of the action you took to complete the task, so you basically tell them what you did. And then finally, you tell the interviewer the results of your actions and make sure it's positive. So, tip number 3. This is, again, a very important tip when answering behavioural interview question, tell me a time you worked under pressure. Make sure you use time. So in your answer, include a time element. This shows that you can work hard under pressure and also to high standards. So let's now take a look at a brilliant answer to that behavioural interview question, tell me a time you worked under pressure. And I will use the STAR technique to show you how effective it really is. Here we go. It was midway through a Friday afternoon and I was working hard to complete a project which had a 5 p.m. deadline. My manager called me in to see him, and he asked me if I would create a short presentation on the monthly sales figures which he desperately needed for a 6 p.m. Skype call with the company owners that evening. Although I was working on another important project already, I didn't want to let him down, so I agreed. I now had a short time frame in which to complete 2 tasks. I decided to cancel my afternoon tea break and I unplugged the telephone so there were no distractions. I then set to work on both tasks simultaneously. I also asked another work colleague to help me check the sales figures for accuracy whilst I worked on putting together the presentation. Through hard work, determination and a can-do attitude, I managed to get both the project and the presentation completed on time. I stayed behind late that evening after 5 p.m. to put the finishing touches to the presentation, and my manager was very happy with the work I had carried out for him. So that's a brilliant, concise, in-depth answer, and it is a specific situation you may have been in before where you had to work hard under pressure. Now, if you'd like more help to pass your interview, click that link in the top right-hand corner of the video. It will go through to my website, passmyinterview.com, where you can download my full set of 21 great answers to tough interview questions. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and if you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like button because that encourages me to create more content for you. Thank you for watching, and I wish you the best for passing your job interview. Have a brilliant day.